Australia has announced a cull of coral-eating starfish that have been destroying the Great Barrier Reef as part of £35 million rescue package for the 2,415-kilometre stretch of delicate coast. Following growing pressure to combat widespread damage to the reef, diving patrols have cleared the reef of more than 3 lakh starfish. The reef off the northeast coast of the state of Queensland has faced heavy coral damage in recent years from bleaching and warmer water temperatures, as well as coastal development, agricultural and industrial pollution, storms, and the starfish. Surveys by the Australian Institute of Marine Science found that the coral cover declined by about 50% between 1985 and 2012, and that crown of thorns starfish were responsible for almost half of this decline. Research by the University College Cork (UCC) at Porcupine Bank Canyon, Ireland, a massive cliff-walled underwater trench, found a process at the edge of the canyon that pulls CO2 from the atmosphere and buries it deep under the sea. All around the rim of the canyon, live cold water corals which thrive on dead plankton raining down from the ocean surface. Those tiny surface-dwelling plankton build their bodies out of carbon extracted from CO2 in the air. Then when they die, the coral of the seafloor consume them and build their bodies out of the same carbon. Over time, as the coral die and the cliff faces shift and crumble, which sends the coral falling deep into the canyon. There, the carbon pretty much stays put for long periods. There's evidence that a lot of carbon is moving this way. Significant dead coral buildup at the canyon bottom. This process doesn't move nearly enough CO2 to prevent climate change, but it does shed light on yet another mechanism that keeps the planet's CO2 levels regulated when human industry doesn't interfere. Cameron Beccario, an engineering manager at Indy Tokyo in Japan, updates every 3 hours with weather data taken from the National Centers for Environment's prediction global forecast system. Created models of the weather from various measurements like temperature, soil moisture, and ocean currents and precipitation. A city outside Tokyo is experienced scorching temperatures of almost 41.1 degrees Celsius. At least 86 people died of heat stroke there since May, and 23,000 people hospitalized within a week. But Japan isn't the only country facing record temperatures. In Sweden, an extreme heat wave caused multiple wildfires to erupt, some in the Arctic Circle. Also, Greece faced deadly wildfires fueled by extreme temperatures and high winds, killing more than 80 people. Earlier, Ouargla, a city in Algeria, probably logged the highest temperature ever recorded in Africa, 51.3 degrees C. In June, Oman logged the hottest night in recorded history and the highest low temperature ever to be recorded on Earth, for 46.26 degrees C. Packaged water can be a lifeline for many of the 2.1 billion people worldwide. Without safe drinking water, some 4,000 children die every day from waterborne diseases. A review of some of the world's most popular bottled water brands found that more than 90% contain tiny pieces of plastic, according to the WHO in the new study. study conducted by Orb Media sampled 259 bottles from 19 locations in 9 countries: US, China, Brazil, India, Indonesia, Mexico, Lebanon, Kenya, Thailand. On 5 continents across 11 different brands, it found an average of 325 plastic particles for every liter of water being sold. Plastic was found on 93% of the sample. The contaminants were polypropylene, nylon, and polyethylene terephthalate. The global average is 10.4 plastic particles in a liter for plastic particles in the 100 micron or 0.1 millimeter size range. What does it mean for humans? The human body is well adapted to deal with non-digestible particles. About 90% of microplastic that is consumed might be excreted, as per 2016 European Union report on plastic in seafood. Of the other 10%, some plastic under 150 microns, 0.15 mm, could enter the gut's lymphatic system or pass from the bloodstream to the kidneys or liver. Global warming facts. It is the increase of Earth's average surface temperature due to greenhouse gases that collect in the atmosphere. Greenhouse gases trap heat and keep it close to the Earth's surface, making it livable for humans and animals. However, global warming is due to the over emission of the gases and fossil fuels. With the start of industrial revolution in 1700, humans began emitting more fossil fuel gases, coal, oil, and natural gas to run our cars, trucks, factories. There is more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere today than at any point in the last 8 lakh years. Since 1870, global sea levels have risen by about 8 inches. Warming has observable effects on the environment. Glaciers are shrinking, ice on rivers and lakes is drying up, plant and animal have shifted grounds, and trees are flowering sooner. Heat waves caused by global warming poses a great risk of health-related illness and death in human beings.